is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MC. This DJ, he gets down.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike.
Is that a timetable?
And DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
Give me the mic.
Give me the mic. All right, welcome, guys, to another episode of Two DJs, One Mic, with myself, the easy spoken, soft-spoken, nice, all of that good stuff, and the infamous DJ JP. He's a little bit under the weather today, but he's going to soar.
Fight.
He's going to fight.
And
we're blessed to have DJ from the DMV, DJ2 that is, from the DMV, and we have Sean Big Daddy, DJ Big Daddy in the house. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good to be here.
Thanks.
Awesome. Beautiful day.
Yes, and we thank you guys for joining us.
Honored.
I would have loved to have a younger DJ in the house today. That would have been nice.
Do they exist?
Wow. Oh,
man,
shots fired.
Kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room?
Yeah.
Well,
they're out there.
There's some.
Yeah, there's some out there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them out there.
But there's been so much of this, and I don't know who's really been posting it, that one little thing about once you're over 30, you need to get out the game.
Yeah.
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 So
that was very hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to discuss, when is it or is there a time that you're too old to DJ? No, does that even exist? Is that a unicorn? When we get 30, should we quit? Should we go, find a job, so to speak? What should we do? But before we do that, I want to allow you two guys to introduce yourselves.
Yeah. Big Daddy, you want to go first?
No, go ahead, sir.
All right. First of all, Jay, Mike, thanks for having me. My name is DJ, a.k.a. DJ2. I hail out of the Washington, D.C. metro area, i.e. DMV's own DJ2, because there were a couple other DJ2s out there, so I wanted to distinguish myself from them. I've been DJing, man, ever since I was a teenager. Started out, local schools and house parties and private events, things like that. And then life started lifing and went away into the service. Did some time on Armed Forces Radio while I was overseas and came back home, started a family and got a job and kept DJing, on the side. And it's just been constant in that way for, about 20, 25 years now.
Oh, wow.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes. Big Daddy?
Well, my name is Sean Big Daddy McKee. I am from Connecticut, and I travel here, there, and everywhere. And I've been blessed to be doing this end of the business, the mobile end of the business, since 1993. I've been in the music business in one way or another since 1968.
Wow.
And I'm a singer.
I said I was
trumpet,
two.
drums, and been DJing, doing mobile entertaining, like I said, for 35 years.
All right. Yeah.
Man, you've seen some things.
Yeah.
I've seen a few things.
Heard, done,
Sung.
yeah.
Yeah.
Played.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to discuss this because, it's a very serious conversation, in regards to the industry. What is that age? Is there such a thing? So
I think it's all in the eye of the beholder, but we're going to talk about it. Is there an ideal age to be a DJ, or does it all come down to skill and energy?
Do you guys want to take that first? Is there an ideal age to be a DJ, or does it all come down to skill and energy?
Well, honestly, there really is no age limit.
No.
Young, age, because the kid Dawson High, he started when he was 12 years old. The kid is
Yeah.
still rocking it. I think he's 21 or 22 now,
Yeah.
and he's been rocking it ever since. It all depends on what you want in your heart and how hard you want to work.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, a lot of these folks think that because they've got a computer and they've got some speakers and stuff like that, they think they can be a DJ. My friends, it ain't all that.
No, it's a
You
little
gotta
bit
have,
more.
you gotta understand one thing. If there's no them, meaning clients and whatever, there is no us, and none of this is about us.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But there's no age. Honestly, looking at some of the stuff and watching some of these kids now, if they want to work, they'll work. 17, 18. I got a kid that's 18 years old that just rocks it. Still too afraid to go out in front of public, but I'll get him there.
Okay.
DJ?
Well, before I answer that, my wife always tells me never to answer a question with a question, but I got to do it.
Okay.
So before I answer the question that's on the screen, answer me this. How do we define a DJ? What is a DJ? Because to Big Daddy's point, nowadays, if you got a Spotify account and a Bluetooth speaker, people are saying they're DJs. So before I answer the question, is there an ideal age to be a DJ? Does it come down to skill and energy? How do we define DJ? What is a DJ? Is there a definition that is acceptable to all?
Well, that is, I'm not going to say a good question. That is the question.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're in an industry where there's no standards in the sense of that. It's like baseball. We have those, those rules, those hidden rules, so to speak. Unwritten rules.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But everybody does not follow it. If we're being honest, when we look at what's a DJ and we go back and look at the origin of it, the definition is there. It's just we choose to not uphold that. And sometimes I say it's those of us that know better. I think it's our fault because we don't band together and really push that message.
Yeah.
And I think it's so little of us that some of us that may want to fight, we don't fight because we don't feel like there's support or it's something that won't happen.
Right.
So there is a definition.
Yeah. So I asked that question in the sense that when you say, is there an ideal age to be a DJ, quote unquote, back in the day, you wouldn't have had to ask that question because in order to be a DJ, you had to be able to afford equipment.
Yeah.
Turntables, speakers, records. You had to have transportation to get back and forth. So automatically you didn't see that influx of younger folks because they just weren't established to the point yet where they could afford to do the things that it took to become a DJ. Yeah. Right. So and then I think with that gap, because now it's so affordable and it's so easy to obtain the materials to play music, to Big Daddy's point, people who can play music automatically assume they are of DJ status. So is there an ideal age? I don't think so.
No.
But I think in order to get to that point where you can legitimately call yourself a DJ, there has to be some baseline of experience, music knowledge, and to Big Daddy's point, that love for music, that intrinsic love for music and making people happy and giving people experiences. That's when you get to that point, that's the ideal age for you to say, I'm either aspiring to become or I am a DJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
You got anything on that further?
I agree with with everything that's said, and I don't think there's an age to be a DJ, but I do think that there's an experience that's needed to go out and work as a DJ.
Yeah.
I would say that, because, just like Big Daddy said about the young guy that's 18, he's good, but he don't feel like he's there. And I applaud him for that, because some people know they're not there and they'll jump out there and destroy someone's wedding by saying that, yes, I can do that, when in actuality, they know they can't.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. My take on that is, I think that there are levels. I mean, I'm sure you guys agree. There are levels to this.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And what I don't think is fair is for there to only be one term, DJ. To your point, the DJ who just started playing music last week is not on the same level to the person who's put in 2, 5, 7, 10, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
But to assume that you're all DJs, that's where I think the inconsistency comes from, because there are different levels to it. So is there an ideal age to be a DJ? No, but just realize that if you just started yesterday, by definition, because you're playing music, maybe you're a DJ. I don't know.
Lowercase.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you're not, you haven't progressed through the various stages to become an accomplished DJ. That's what I think the difference is. I don't think it's about age. I think it's about experience.
Yeah.
What about yourself? You good with that, sir?
Yeah, I'm good with those.
All right, next question. How have age and experience helped or hurt your booking over time?
Do you think it's hurt you guys or help you over time? Well, I'm sure either way, it could go either way, but how do you feel like it's doing right now? Does your age hurt you or help you?
Well, on my end, when I do my bar mitzvahs, I'm behind the board. I don't go out in front anymore. And, because they still want me there as a presence, because I've done so many parties for these people.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a great crew around me. And now, starting this coming weekend, my roadie is going to become my content creator and also my sidekick DJ. Guys, I say it all the time. I know I'm 70 years old, but on Saturday night, I did a wedding, and I went from the pancake dance into Enter Sandman, and people are like, how the heck do you know all this music? I said, what do you think I do? I learn everything that everybody wants to. And I pulled off the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song for a little 2-year-old that was running around the room. You know what? I know when it's time. I know I'm on the back nine. And I've said that, and when we chatted in Atlantic City, I know I'm on the back nine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. For the next 2 years, I'm going to do bucket list stuff. I want to DJ, and I want to DJ, do a wedding, whatever, any kind of event in every state. I got 14 states to go, and I will get it done.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm also, next year, MEX out in Vegas, it will be my last time as a closer. I've closed that show or hosted that show for 10 years. I need the younger folks to step up. In other words, put up or shut up.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Because the one thing that drives me nuts, DJ, I'm so sorry, DJ, I'm taking up too much time.
Please, I'm learning here.
The thing for me is, I love what I do. I love this business more than anybody in the world. And right now, what this world is going through, I'm not going into anything. Right now, this world is good versus evil. I want good to win. And I want these younger folks that say, oh, I could, my spin, it doesn't, spinning is wonderful. Quick spin. Nick Spinelli is one of the greatest. I love watching him work. All these other guys. But they also have a special talent to know their clientele. They have that special talent to know when to speak, when not to speak. For me, I know when to shut up. It's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out on the dance floor. You know, people are like, you can't get anybody's attention not being in the middle of the dance floor. I said, not to be rude, but have you met me? I'm louder than anybody in the room. I will get their attention. DJ, I'm sure, you know, it's just, it's with everybody in this business. It's all how you handle and how you handle the clientele that comes your way. And one last thing, what's helped me more than anything is when the mother of the bride and the mother of the groom come up to me before we started on Saturday and said, we need to thank you more than anybody because you talked us off the ledge more than once. Customer service has taken a back seat to button pushing. Answer your phone, folks. Pick up the phone.
Talk to your clients. Yeah.
Talk to
DJ,
your clients.
what you got on that, DJ?
You know what I'm saying? It's I know that was a long way around the answer, but that's what hurts. That's what helps.
Yeah, we got you.
So how have age and experience helped or hurt my booking? So as I explained to you earlier, I'm in a unique position where DJing does not pay the bills for me. So I can pick and choose which events that I want to do. And as a DJ, I go by know thyself. So I think age and experience is great because, to Big Daddy's point, you have that knowledge of music. You have an ability to play for a variety of age groups and crowds. You can dip back into your experience from the, you know, depending on how old you are, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and you can play music that energizes people, gets them dancing, gives them those experiences they want. I think that where age might hinder us to some degree is, I don't know about you, but there is, in my mind, there is a distinct difference between the music of today and the music that I love and grew up listening to. Without going into different, you know, labels and genres.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that.
I will tell a potential customer in a minute that I thank you and I appreciate you considering me for your event, but based on the information that you're telling me, I'm probably not the best DJ for your specific event. If you want me to do a high school party with a bunch of 16-year-olds, that's not my wheelhouse. Can I do it? Sure. But I am not 100% up on today's music, what's hot, because it comes and goes so fast. And what was hot yesterday is mud today.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, but with that age and experience, there are certain songs, and you guys know this as DJs, there are certain songs that last forever. There are certain songs you can put on that came out 40 years ago, and they will still fill a dance floor today or still put a smile on people's face. And until younger DJs have done that homework and learn what we have gathered over time, I think that's the difference between an older DJ and a younger DJ per se. You got a party for a bunch of high schoolers, your younger DJ might be the way to go, because for real, they probably won't care anything about blends and transitions and the technical stuff that would bother us. All they want is what's hot right now. Yeah. And that 16 or 18-year-old DJ probably has, or even younger than that, you know, these TikTok DJs, they'll have their finger on the pulse of this stuff.
And whereas they want the songs for 45 seconds and no more than that.
There you go. So how have age and experience helped? I think it helps because you know thyself a little bit better, and you can ensure that the client is going to get the best experience, whether that's me or somebody I refer to them, or if they go with someone else. Does it hurt? If someone doesn't want to hire us because of our age, that's probably not the gig we wanted anyway.
Amen.
That's how I look at it.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
Well, I will say this: it definitely I don't think it has made a difference for me. And I feel the same way that you feel sometimes when you're dealing with kids. Uh, some of those events I may not want to do. Uh, but for me, it just depends on the situation, uh, not just the age, but the situation. And I'm more prone to do younger generation events that consist of a mixed crowd of people because I find that to be easier to do what I like to do. I don't have to necessarily stay in that young genre of music that I really, I'm not going to say I don't feel, I just don't like it. It's just, it just doesn't sit well with me. Either it's just too vulgar, you know, you know, and I think
Even the
about,
clean versions.
oh yes, and I think about our parents when they heard us listening to Too Short and how vulgar.
NWA and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Whereas with this generation, it makes him look like a choir boy.
Yep.
But you know what, Mike? I think there's a place for both of that, and I say that in the sense that I can appreciate, and I don't want to get us too far off course here, but I can appreciate what Public Enemy, even though Public Enemy didn't curse, but the content. I can appreciate the content of Public Enemy. I can appreciate the message of NWA, the Ghetto Boys. At that time, to our parents or the older generation, it may have seemed that music was out in left field. Mm-hmm. But in retrospect, those guys were talking their truth. They were speaking what was happening on their streets and their neighborhoods. So I can appreciate that. I listen to the music today, and the only saving grace for me is, in some cases, the production is excellent. Have you ever listened to a song and the beat just got you bobbing your head? You're like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this, until they start talking.
Yes.
And then the words ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense, I can play anything. If I'm feeling it, I can mix, blend, and play anything. But to your point, if it's not sitting right with me, and I know we should be able to detach ourselves, I think, but I honestly think it comes out in your performance. Like I said, can I play a high school party? Sure, I can. Is it going to be the same energy, or am I going to put out the same ore that I do if I'm doing a old school party for 35 and over? It's not going to be the same because I'm not feeling today's music. I'll play it. I'll do the best I can and give you what it is. But if you have been to another show that I've done, you will definitely say, that this one didn't move me like last week did. Yeah. That's because I think in your heart, you've really got to feel what you're listening to, especially because, someone in our audience, they can zone out. They might hear 2 or 3 songs that they like, dance, and then they're off at the bar getting a drink. They're outside smoking. We have to hear this stuff for 3-4 hours. You know what I mean? And if it's not resonating with you, DJs can go through the motions too.
You're correct.
Yeah.
All right, Jeffrey.
What is the biggest stereotypes about older DJs, and are they fair?
Go ahead, Big Daddy.
Well, I will be perfectly honest. I broke that stereotype a long time ago. My 6 grandkids are more mature than me. Big time. The stereotypical older DJ, I hear it all the time. Age is just a number. Well, in my case, it is. And, 7 years old. I'm the healthiest I've been in a long time. It's been a long year. But you know what? You have to be smart. Again, at this age. Have a roadie. Make sure that, so that when you walk in, you're prepped, ready to go, and feeling fresh and everything else. Are they fair? No, because not every old person is old in here.
Yeah.
And it's
Gotcha.
all about what's in here and what it's in here. And, it's just, it is what it is. 2025 is totally different than any other year we've been a part of. So,
Yep. So, Mike, what about you? What you think?
I would say one of the biggest stereotypes is thinking that at a certain age you're washed up, or because you hit a certain age you're not good enough. I think
got you.
that's very unfair, because one thing that you'll never be able to overcome is experience. And our parents used to say things to us, okay, wait till you get older, you'll understand. Or you think you know, but you don't. But it's that experience. And it's just like some of the things that you guys touched on. Just think about the library that runs through your veins as an older DJ. And you take someone that's, say, 18 years old, and they feel like you're washed up. When I can operate in your field, can you operate in my field?
Hey, Mike, I'm curious. What do you mean when you use the term washed up? What does that mean?
Well, some people feel.
We talking skills?
No, not skills. I would say, let me use a better word.
Yeah,
they feel like you're not relatable.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
They feel like you're not relatable anymore. People don't get you anymore. You can't relate to them.
But what is the stereotypes itself? That
Well,
we're not relatable.
Well, it has something to do with the age. They put, just
And
because, just think about this. Have you been in a situation where you go into a event where it's younger people and they see your gray hair and they're looking at you like, he don't know what we like.
Yeah.
And that's where I was going to go, Mike. I think it's not so much skill set.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think it's the music. It's being able to relate to the music. How is this guy going to know what's hot for us? He's an old dude.
Yeah.
He only knows old music. He can only play old music. We don't want to hear 80s hip hop or 90s hip hop.
Has anybody ever told any one of y'all that my bride or groom didn't want y'all because you look too old?
Nope.
I had somebody actually, she said, she didn't say me, but there was other DJs, and she said, well, they didn't want him because he looked too old. And I'm not going to even put you in front of him because you're older. So, yeah. It's but I understand that's a good point about people seeing you and thinking that you're old and you can't relate.
Yeah. And that happens. And for me, when I see that, it drives me to make them eat those words, those feelings. And when I see them look at me later, like, I just laugh to myself.
Yeah. But it is it fair?
No, it's not fair. It's not fair either way.
If you're prepared, it isn't. But if you're not prepared and you walk in there not knowing what to do,
it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's fair, because I think it's very important. Any event that we take, if we don't know, if we're not aware of what the client and the people that are attending, if we're not aware of their likes and dislikes, that's on us. We have to do our homework. True indeed, say a bride and groom may not give you the ability to know everything that the people that they have invited like or don't like. And that's where it becomes important for us to have the skill of reading the room.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So, okay. How do seasoned DJs keep up with newer music, tech, and trends. What? I had to.
Nice.
Seasoned.
Yes.
Paprika.
How do seasoned DJs keep
Well,
up with
with
newer
everything
music?
we
tech,
have
and
at
trends?
hand, how can you not? You know, you go on Spotify, you get Release Radar, you get Fantastic Fridays, you get this, that, the other thing. Learn, listen, and learn.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta put your ear to the ground and keep,
Yeah.
and always be listening. And people will let you know what's hot and you know what's playing.
Right.
But yeah, you gotta get in there and do some research sometime to go know what's going on. And tech and trends is just,
Absolutely.
we can't fall in love with every new techie item that comes out and every trend, the tubes, the this, the that, the this, the that. So, but it's just,
I beg to differ. But I'm just saying, you gotta do your homework, man.
Yeah.
You have to do
That's
your
all.
homework. You have to do your homework. And something that me and Jay talk about all the time, you have to have, what is it, the 3 or 4, you have to have those, be able to fill up those buckets, those 3 buckets. The skill, the business sense, and the tech. You have to be able to have those things as a DJ in today's time. And we have to move with the industry. One of the funny things for me is when I hear certain people of our age that feel like, hey, I'm a purist. I only do, this in this sense. I don't really agree with that, a purist, because our industry, it moves, it's fluent. If I'm a purist, I need to start with maybe what was that initial thing that they did. And it might not have been the turntables in the sense of the turntables that we use.
Yeah.
Mike, you don't think there's a lane for that? I go back to when I listen to Jeff speak, Jazzy Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Jazzy Jeff has said this on multiple occasions when he's asked about technology. And this, I tend to agree with him.
Okay.
For the most part, I think only DJs care about DJ stuff.
Oh, totally.
The
totally.
people you're playing for only care about, are you playing good music? Are you creating that experience? Am I having a good time? They don't care if you're using turntables, controllers, cassette tape. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. I think that's us, the DJ community, that puts that pressure on each other to have a new shiny thing.
Good
I
answer.
think,
of course.
yeah. If you still want to carry a crate and tote around some 12s, more power to you. And if that's working for you, that's great. I think what technology does is it makes it easier and faster.
Mm-hmm.
And the learning curve is a lot shorter.
Yeah.
You can do things with technology that it took us 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get really good at and feel comfortable trying to do it in front of people. Whereas on today's platforms and with today's technology, you can practice on Twitch. People don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think there is a lane for, quote unquote, the purist or the old-fashioned DJ. I don't think you have to have the latest equipment. I don't think you have to have the music that came out.
It just has
38
to work.
minutes ago. Yeah. I think it depends on what you're doing.
It just has to work.
Yes, and I totally agree with that. My part is more so, I don't think that we should be in a situation where we're being judgmental. If you're the purist, know that that's the lane that you want to stay in. Don't judge the other guys and vice versa. And that's the part that I think that, for me, I think that's the problem. But as far as the tech, I love the movement. I love to see the newer things. It doesn't mean that I'm going to jump and, do this or do that, but I love those things. And my counterpart over here, I know he loves it.
I got a buddy out of New York, DJ. I'm gonna shout him out. I'm gonna put him out there. DJ Hawk G. His budget allows him to do it, and every new shiny piece of equipment that comes out, he gotta have it. And God bless him. I love that about him. But my thing is, hey, do what you do and do it well, and it really doesn't matter what you're using to do it.
Yeah, wow.
It doesn't.
Okay.
You have something?
No, I'm done. Should we be mentoring younger DJs or learning from them? I say both.
Yes.
Both. Good answer.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely, if you see somebody who seems like they got the talent or could get there, you should definitely be trying to mentor them. And you could also learn from them too, because they may have tried things or got more knowledge about technology that we don't understand yet.
Yes.
What about you, sir, Mr. J?
Should we be mentoring young DJs? I'm agree 100% with what you said. Both. I think it's a two-way street. If you're in a position to dole out some wisdom and some advice and some experience, I think we owe it to the culture and to the DJ community to do it, because I'm pretty sure each and every one of us here had someone that we could pick up the phone and call if we had a question, if we had an emergency, if we needed a piece of equipment, if we couldn't figure out how something worked. I know I have, and I almost feel obligated to be that for the next guy or gal if they need it.
Because how are they going to learn? I mean, yes, they've got every tool known to man in front of them.
Yes.
But they're not going to, we want them not to be us. They don't want not to be DJ and you two gentlemen and everything else. You want them to have their own personality. And the only way that they're going to learn that is to watch and learn. And can we learn from them? We sure can. Music trends, this, that, the other thing. And if they're willing to share, you work off each other.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all.
It does.
Total great sense.
Yes. When we were in Atlantic City, couple of months, was it even, it was almost 2 months.
August.
Now. Yes. In August, our very first interview was with a father and son. DJ Unique and DJ, what was his?
I don't know.
I can't think of the kid's DJ name at the moment. But his son at the moment is 12. He started DJing at the age of 7. And the dad came out of retirement because he saw how much his son loved DJing. And one of the things that were said, we were talking and we came to the conversation about reading a room. And he immediately said, "Oh, I'm better than my dad than that." I had to put my dad out of the DJ booth because he couldn't relate.
So yeah, that's kind of crushing us.
Okay.
I don't look at it as crushing us. I was just overfilled with joy to see a 12-year-old saying that he knows how to read a room. Okay. And understanding that he saw that as something important.
Yeah. Okay. Fix it.
Love it.
All right.
And his daddy didn't dispute it. That was good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
So, are younger DJs really getting more gigs, or are older DJs still running the game behind the scene?
How we say behind the scene?
Well, it's not behind the scenes. Are older DJs still DJing more than younger DJs? Let's just put it that way. I know this is a hard question to answer, maybe to some. For me, I still see more older DJs than younger DJs. And maybe it's in the private sector. I don't know about the clubs and bars and so forth. But I still see a ton of older DJs. Even when we go out to the conferences, there's still a ton of older DJs.
Yep.
What do you guys think?
Big Daddy, you want to say first? Okay. So I think it's twofold, Mike. I think one, the people in positions to hire DJs and to put on events tend to be a little bit older, I think. And I think they're tending to go with experience and the known factor. So you get, I don't want to go too high up in the echelon, but there are the big name DJs that are still doing their thing. Yeah. You see them on television, you see them at festivals, you see them at these large corporate events. They are still relevant because one, they're very good at what they do. Two, they're an established name and they're a known entity. I do think that you're going to see a younger shift in the club scene, because if the crowd is younger, I think a younger DJ will tend to identify with that space more so, because now I don't know how much you guys get out and about, but the times that I have played in clubs, it's not the same as it was.
No, it's not.
10, 15, 20 years ago. People aren't dancing anymore. They're not, and I'm using the air quote, they're not partying. They're vibing. They're smoking hookah. They're dancing in their chairs. They're talking and taking selfies and doing
they're listening to the music, but with only one part of their ear.
Yes, and they're not partying.
That makes sense?
They're not, exactly. They're not partying. And I think what folks understand is your older, more established DJs, they're going to be able to get the party where you want it to be. They may not be the right DJ to vibe to because that's not the lane that they want to stay in. I don't want to play background music for a 2-hour set. That's boring to me. A younger DJ might feel a different way because they identify with that space and that music, and they can be that vibe DJ for that 2-hour set. I just can't do it. So yes, I think that older DJs are still valued in certain spaces, and I think younger DJs are valued in other lanes and other spaces, but there are crossovers.
Yeah. And there's money for everybody to make money everywhere.
There's no way in the devil I could do a club anymore. I know better than that. And number one, I don't want to. Number two, I used to do karaoke 3 nights a week for 30 years. Wow. I'm doing karaoke still, but you got to pay me a lot of money. A lot of money. But the thing is, the crowds are different now. Since COVID in 2020, they're not staying out late. Before it used to be by 11 o'clock, people are coming out. Now by 11 o'clock, they're going home, going to bed.
Please. If I haven't left the house by 7:30, I'm not going.
I got home here at 7 o'clock. I ain't going nowhere. If I'm going down to the bottom of my porch to say goodnight to the birds.
That's why I love Twitch, fellas. I can go down in the basement, do a set, and then walk upstairs and get in the bed.
Hey, here's a good comment from one of our listeners. She said, "You don't need a playlist when you're DJing for an older crowd."
There you go.
Yeah,
it's emotion. It's a feeling.
Yeah, almost totally different. That was a good one. Thank you, Miss Gilda. DJ Lady G.
I had this, and this was told to me today. At the event I did. Leaving, one of the ladies said, "Man, I loved your playlist that you were playing," and as I was walking away, I was trying to process that. Like, okay, do she think I was just pushing play, or is that the new term?
And auto repeat and all that good stuff. Oh yeah,
that's probably the term. She just think, it could say set list, but what is the right word for them to say if they don't know?
Yeah, I know. And I was just, and that just kind of hit me. I'm like, that's
playlist,
interesting.
What you played.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Set list, yeah. So she wasn't trying to be funny or nothing. She just.
No, I didn't take it that way.
Was she older or younger?
She was older.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't take it that way. It was just, it was something that made me think. All right. Anybody else have anything on that? What about yourself, Jeffrey?
I don't know, man. I'm as busy as I want to be, so I don't have that problem.
He said, "I'm as busy as I want to be."
Yeah, I've even
Can't be
learned.
no busier.
I've learned to take days off for a change. Mike, well, he knows, man. Sometimes I'll do 7 events in one weekend myself.
Yeah.
Just crazy. But I've gotten better at saying no.
Yeah, and I just think, I agree with everybody. I think because of certain factors, you may see older DJs, but I do think that there's a flux of younger DJs out there because every day you look up, somebody is becoming a DJ.
DJ pop up.
Yes.
DJ throw up.
Yeah, it's all kinds.
DJ made up.
Yeah, we're gonna move along because you're losing it.
He getting a little disrespectful.
Yes, he's losing. Go ahead with the next
How
question.
important is appearance in today's DJ market? Does gray hair really matter? I'm gonna be very transparent. So, like when we were getting ready to take some of our headshots for the company, I shaved off everything just because I didn't want to have that on my picture. To be totally, because I mean, what that planner told me stuck with me so much that my brides they'll tell me they don't want an older DJ. So, but then I said, you know what, they can't rock like I can, and if you tell me what you want, and me not have to try to figure out, because I think there's two sides to young people now. It's really, you have to find them. They're not just in one area. It's not just the sexy red. It's not this. It could be a little bit of everywhere. Like today, the kids, they were older. They asking for Journey. So I'm like, Michael Jackson. I'm like, okay, now that I found y'all, I know where to go. So it was just different today with these kids at their college. So it's just, but yeah, man, I actually cut everything off and tried to look 10, 20 years younger. But I would never do that again.
To your point, I think the younger listen, because of the technology, because of how people ingest and listen to music today, it's a lot different than when we were younger and coming up. Mm-hmm. I think you can get kids that are into 70s classic rock, 80s hair music, 90s hip hop, 2000s R&B, the sexy red, because they have it at their fingertips. They can go out there and explore. Whereas if it didn't come on the radio, we didn't hear it. If you didn't have the money to go to the record store and know what you were looking for, you didn't hear it. If you weren't going out to the clubs and experiencing it, you didn't hear it. So yeah, I think that's a great point. As far as our appearance, hey, I don't know about you guys, but silver is in, man. Gray is in. with them silver foxes, you see them guys all over the place.
Thank you.
We are in, man.
But
Listen,
at that
I'm lucky
time,
I got hair. Who are you kidding?
Well, I don't have any either. But
guys, real quick, we'll go on appearance. When I went through my second set of cancer, I did chemo. I shot myself with chemo 4 days a week. I did not lose my hair. Can you imagine me bald? I would look worse than Curly from the Three Stooges. And I looked in the mirror every day. I said, if I lose one hair, I'm going to kill somebody. But you know what? I keep my hair short. It's silver or blonde, whichever my niece who does my hair and all. And the thing that kills me is these things. Are you kidding me? I wake up in the morning after 2 weeks after getting them shaved all the way down. I can't see again. I look like Uncle Fester. Swear to God, these glasses make it look like I'm a normal human being. But how important is appearance in today's DJ market?
Yeah.
If you dress well.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to say.
Dress nice and you look fine.
Yeah, along the appearance line, wasn't there a point when DJs were hiding behind the facade and they really weren't? Your DJ wasn't supposed to be seen, right?
Right.
But I think we go through changes where you have DJs out in front of the booth. I've seen DJs with the handheld mic out on the dance floor. So I don't know. I guess it changes. To Big Daddy's point, I'm not going to be out on the dance floor doing the latest line dances with you. That's just not me.
No,
But-
you've got your Michael Walters, you've got your other
Yeah.
guys that do that, and they're great, good looking fellas, on the younger side than us.
Big Daddy, you don't get on the floor?
Oh, I get on the floor towards the end of the night. Are you kidding me? I get pulled onto the floor. Big Daddy, you got to come out with us. And all of a sudden, my legs go, yo, fat boy, what are you thinking? Are you out of your mind? Did a wedding right after I got back from Vegas. I did down in Virginia. I got out on the dance floor, as I told you guys before, with the one eye and everything else. I literally had the groom. I piggybacked the groom around the dance floor.
Oh boy.
I went back. I sat on my DJ stool. My legs go, if you think about getting up in the next 10 minutes, we're going to break. We're just going to crack right underneath you. Yes, I still do dance a little bit, but mostly behind the board. They don't want the old guy out front.
Yeah.
Listen, yes, I'm a DJ, but I'm also an entertainer. I'm an entertainer more than a DJ. And I'm a DJ, MC, entertainer. I'm a singer too. As all know, as you guys know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm auditioning for America's Got Talent again on October 18th.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, we want to see that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's you know what? I'm a blessed man, and Saturday night I did the first dance. I sang the first dance.
See,
Hey.
I need that talent. And
Hey,
what I
Jay
do-
Mike,
Uh-huh.
short answer to that question, though, I would think that appearance is very important, but not in the sense of if you look old or if you look young, but I think if you look professional and if you match the event to what you're doing. If
Yeah.
you show up to the high school or the college party in a tuxedo, you might have a problem, regardless of how well groomed you are. But if you show up to a formal wedding in jeans and a t-shirt, I think you're gonna have a problem no matter how young or old you look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Let's not go into photographers and videographers.
Dress the part. Yeah. Dress the part.
Black pants, shirt, nice button-down shirt, whatever. I worked with a couple of photographers, shorts and sandals, and a button-down shirt that looked like it hadn't been ironed in 10 years.
Wow.
I'm an quote-unquote, I'm an artiste. Take your artiste and shove it up your behind. I'll give you a slap. Oops. Oh,
It's okay.
DJ, I've been known to come out with some things out of my mouth. I just can't help it.
Big Daddy, let me ask you, without throwing a name out there, the photographer / videographer you're referring to, younger guy or older guy?
Younger.
Okay, and I only ask because I work in the corporate sector, and things have changed. The first half of my career, I was slacks, button shirt, tie, maybe a jacket, depending on what day it was. Today, if you walk into a most corporate venues with a suit on, they look at you like, dude, what era, what century are you from? So I think that's
I'm not looking for a suit.
Yeah.
At least wear slacks that fit you.
Yeah.
And some sort of shoe or something for God.
Yeah.
I mean, this one cat I worked with in the summer, last summer, this guy bends over and it's like the equator. I'm like, oh, this is what everybody wants to see. Thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. You do see some stuff, man.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
No. That
and my number one pet peeve is leggings are not made for every event.
Yeah.
Just because they make them don't mean you should wear them to somebody's wedding.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
hey, I agree.
Hey, Jay, they weren't dress leggings.
They had a stripe down, a tuxedo stripe down the side, but really? No, I'm just saying, man, dress the part. Dress how you want to be
Dress
paid.
the part.
Yeah. All right, Michael, your turn.
What age-based challenges have you personally faced in the booth?
In the booth?
Yes, or as a DJ. We're all somewhat seasoned.
People walking back with this.
Oh,
I want this. I want this.
Well, I had somebody do that to me today too, man. Put it on their forehead and walk up to me with their phone. I'm like,
If you want me to do that, be polite first.
yeah.
Well,
I found it the first time it happened to me, I laughed because nobody had ever done it. Today, I was like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Well, I would say for me, my patience
Oh,
for ignorance
I have none.
and disrespect. That is my challenge because I have to really hold myself. Friday, I had a lady come up to the booth and told me, "Hey, you come over here right now." And then I looked, and she said it again. "Hey, you come over here." No, she said, "You get over here right now." So the second time she said it, I politely put my headphones or my earplugs down and walked over there. And I said, "First, you need to learn how to talk to me before I do anything."
What does she want?
She just wanted to meet me because, I was doing the event for my cousin. And, oh, he's our DJ and so forth. He's the best.
Okay.
Then she went back and told him that I was rude.
Oh,
You were, because you ain't bow down.
No.
Yeah.
And so for me, I just don't have the patience for disrespect and ignorance.
But is that age based, Mike? Was that, you think she was that way because
older, wasn't she?
your age?
It's age based for me.
She was older, right?
Yeah, she was older.
You know
but
why?
it's age based for me. What?
She's probably paying.
No, she wasn't.
Well, she put herself in that position.
Yeah. Well, she was the person that referred.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you owe her something.
No, I don't.
You supposed to kiss the ring, Mike.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm gonna take the ring off and throw it against the wall and then jump on it and stomp it.
All right. So we respect our hour of time. So, gentlemen, what is what legacy do you want to leave as a DJ if you never stopped?
you first.
So I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Please.
He was pointing at you anyway.
It's all good. So I think as we get older and our mortality becomes more of a real, I'm going to go deep on you guys, man.
Go.
As we get older and our mortality becomes more of a realization, one of the things that I do now that I didn't necessarily do as a younger DJ is I record everything I do. So if I'm live streaming, it's recorded video. And if I'm doing an event, it's recorded audio, because I want to leave, if nothing else, music lasts forever. Music is a universal language and it lasts forever. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Are you guys familiar with DJ AM?
Yes.
So yeah. I can remember, and I usually pull out one of his mixes maybe once a month, and I'll listen to it. And I remember seeing him live, and I remember hearing him mix live and on the radio, and how it made me feel. And the fact that I can now go back 10, 15 years after he's been gone and still get that same feeling, that's what I want to leave for my family and my friends and people who enjoy what I do. I want them to be able to still listen, or in the digital age, watch a live stream or a show after I'm not here anymore, and it still bring those good feelings. That's what I would want to do. Excuse me. That's what I would want to leave legacy wise. I love for my children to be able to see me in the zone and happy doing what I love to do.
I like that. What about you? What's your legacy there, Michael?
Well, I want to leave behind just a trail of good music, good mixes, just creativity, and I'm kind of, similar to you, DJ, in a sense of recording. I love to record. One of the things I need to do better is recording when I'm DJing an event. When I'm, in my lab at home, I record everything. And I've recorded and compiled so much, in my Google Drive and on hard drives of things that I've done. And I want to be able to leave that behind and leave that stamp that I can possibly influence someone the way that I was influenced growing up?
Big Daddy?
Mine's completely different. But I honor you, gentlemen. It's been an honor to be on here again with you guys. My legacy that I want to make sure that everybody knows that they've got that guy. Mine has nothing to do with DJing, because they'll remember, are they going to remember my mixes? No, hell no. Are they going to remember my singing? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I want everybody in the business and out of the business, anybody whose lives I've touched in the however many years when I'm finally done, knows that I gave my heart and soul to everything I have ever done in this business. And I want everybody that's within the sound of my voice and the touch of my hand to know that they have that guy. Because right now you don't know what anybody's going through because they're afraid to say anything. Know that you can reach out to me, whether it be DJing wise, whatever wise. Because you guys know, I do over 2,700 birthday calls here. I did 15 birthday calls this morning before I left my house.
Wow.
I'm a blessed man to be able to be here still. I'm a blessed man with my 6 grandkids. I beat cancer twice. I'm not a survivor. I'm a thriver. And the people that are going through this C word right now, and a bunch of them are my friends, our friends, colleagues, whatever, know that no matter what, Big Daddy loves you. Smile as loud as you can. Don't watch history, make history. Those are every mantra that I've got. And the last one, thanks to Richard Mills from New Zealand, who I sang to him right before he passed. He was in New Zealand. He passed during COVID. They put the phone to his ear. I IM'd with his wife and his best friend, Nick, and I sang to him. And 5 minutes later, he was gone.
Wow.
I have a gift. I will never take advantage of it. And if I see people taking advantage of the gift that they were given by being able to entertain people, whether it be with your mixes, whether it be Twitch, whatever it is, come see me and I will play rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. I win. because this is a business that still isn't respected as much as it should be.
Agreed.
And I thank you guys for having me on again.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
What about
DJ too? A
Yes.
pleasure and an honor, my friend.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. My legacy is, the only thing I ever say is I just want to leave the industry better than I found it. When I came in, everybody was mean, rude, covered up records and did all that stuff. And how do we make it better if we're all trying to keep secrets from each other? So my thing is to share with each and every person that asks me, talk to me about it. I'm trying to pour into everybody I can. So it's real simple. I just want to make the industry better than we found it before I got here. I don't want it to be like it was for me, where everybody was a butt wipe.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We have one more question and that's it.
What's the question?
Can I ask that last question?
Yeah, go ahead. There's no question. You already asked it, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right.
Who is the one older DJ that inspired you because they still crush every set?
Jazzy.
Johnny
Absolutely.
Roz.
Johnny Rocks.
John Roz is from Connecticut. He's 77, 78 years old. This man is spinning 45s and killing it. And he owns his own, he has a party room, and there's just everything he does with a smile on his face and crushes everything he does.
Is that Roz who be spinning he's at Max spinning with 45?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Wow, we got to interview him. We got to get Roz on. But yeah, what about you, DJ J2?
So I'm gonna shout out a couple. So my man ER Motorworks is over on the channel. He spit out Kid Capri. He says Kid Capri is his choice as an older DJ that he thinks still crushes it. Shout out to my big cuz DJ Mix Entertainment. He was around doing it back in the 80s. He's still killing it locally here. My personal choice would be Jazzy Jeff. I study Jeff like I'm in college cramming for an exam. I mean, I can listen to his mixes for hours, and I'm rewinding, I'm listening, I'm watching, seeing how he does a transition. Then I'm getting on the decks and I'm trying it to see if I can figure out how he did it and work it out. That to me, when someone inspires you to that point where you're not listening anymore, you're studying, that transcends age. So Jazzy Jeff would be my guy.
I love watching him work too. He's am I right? One of the nicest guys in the world.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Oh, willing to share anything with everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And for me, Jazzy is that guy. But when I had the opportunity to meet Cool DJ Red Alert,
John, I used to love his shows, man.
Yeah, when I had the opportunity to meet him and just not just meet him, sit down and talk with him and hear him speak, I look at him and I can't do nothing but be amazed. Because like yourself, Big Daddy, I think he's 68 or 69.
Yeah, he's up there too.
And his recall on information is amazing. You know, to sit here and hear him recall, you know, that information. Mm-hmm. And just to not just hear him recall, but to see that he didn't do certain things in the industry. He gave up his record label because he did not want to do the dirty and bad things that were being done.
Yeah, in the record business.
In the record business.
Yeah, that's a legend. He's definitely a legend in the industry. Yeah.
But from a skill set, it will always be Jazzy for me.
Yeah.
But Cool DJ Red Alert has became that guy for me because
he rocked Atlantic City.
Oh yeah, yes, he did. Yeah. And it was just a beautiful thing, you know, just to see that, because I was influenced by things that he did, you know, things that he said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful to still have those guys like that are around. Because I grew up loving Jazzy Jeff, Terminator X, Cash Money, Grandmaster Flash. You know, those were DJs that when I heard them, that just really just did something. You know, and big shout out and rest in peace to DJ Howie T. You know, he was one of those guys. When I heard what they did, I would just, like yourself, I would sit there, go find the records. I need to figure out how they did that. You know, what was it that they did? How did they do it? And I would spend hours and hours playing with that, trying to recreate it. So, yes.
Well, it has been another great show, gentlemen.
Oh, yes, yes. And we thank you guys
for coming on, Big Daddy.
It has been an absolute honor and pleasure.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Yes, and man, it's great meeting you, seeing you instead of just seeing the words on the screen. It's good to meet you there, DJ 2.
Yeah,
thank you, brothers. I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, I was gonna say anytime. Give me a holler, man. Anytime. I really enjoyed this.
Yes, and hopefully, do you go to any of the conferences by chance?
I do. Usually if they're local. So like I said, I'm in the DC metro area. So Atlantic City, New York, Atlanta, those are easy trips for me.
In Atlantic City next.
Yeah, we got to see you in Atlantic City.
Yeah, definitely. We'll continue to communicate. We'll continue to communicate.
We better.
Yep,
all right.
There you go.
We have to.
All right. Take us out of here, brother.
All right. You guys have a good one, and thank you. And we'll see you guys next week.